So I'm with Marc Gagne, Technical Evangelist at Microsoft. So would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, as Fred said, my name is Marc Gagne. I'm a Technical Evangelist here with Microsoft Canada. Joined the team about 7 months ago. My background is mostly in startups and web analytics. And the great thing is I get to focus on startups and cloud computing here with Microsoft along here with Fred. And today we're over at Notman House, one of our favorite places, doing this interview.
Talking about startup, talking about Notman House, what Microsoft is doing at Notman House in Montreal.
Yeah, so this is actually our third startup location here in Canada. We kicked it off at Launch Academy in Vancouver. I just wrapped up setting up Mars in Toronto, and today we're getting going here over at Notman House. And so why we're doing this is it's a recognition that startups really is the future for us. And Microsoft has always actually been involved in startups, and this is just kind of the natural evolution for us. So we've decided to create these locations where we can interact with startups, we can get some one-on-one time with them, talk to them, but we're also running some really important programs out of here. We're running what's called a Windows Store App Lab. This is your opportunity to get some one-on-one time with a technical Microsoft employee called a PFE, and this is really your opportunity to get an in-depth analysis of your application, solve some technical problems, even get some design feedback, but most importantly to get help with certification to ensure that your app makes it into the Windows Store. So anyone's available to register for this. You just go to aka.ms/WSAL and you can register for some time, either here at Notman in Montreal, at Mars in Toronto, or Launch Academy in Vancouver. Further to that, you're going to see Fred here at Notman a lot. He's going to spend some office hours. We're starting to set up the space here. As you can see, we've got a TV and an Xbox, and there's a bit of a lounge kind of feel going here. So he's going to spend some time here to work with startups and help them, whether they're using Windows 8, Windows Phone, Windows Azure, or just need some general technical help.
So starting beginning of March, like March said, I'm going to be there once a week. So I'm going to use these bean bags. I'm going to play some Xbox games, and I'm going to be there to talk about technology with all the startups. We're talking about startups. We're talking about Microsoft. There is a program at Microsoft called BizSpark. This is specific for startup people. So would you like to talk about the BizSpark program?
Absolutely. So as you can see here, hopefully it's clear here. So to further our mantra of startups are the engine that drive our nation forward, you'll notice two things. There's a BizSpark Twitter account at BizSpark and a BizSpark website, bizspark.com. So what is BizSpark? It's a fantastic program specifically for startups. It's a program I used at my own startup before coming back to Microsoft. Essentially, it gives you an MSDN Ultimate subscription for free for 3 years, and up to 8 of them for the developers in your startup. Now what that gets you is over $13,000 worth of free software. It also gets you $6,500 worth of Windows Azure benefits, which is our cloud platform. So if you need hosting for your website, your web app, or a backend that you're building, or a database, you can use these free Windows Azure credits to host all that. But it also gives you further benefits, such as partner promotions, discounts from our vendors, also assistance in marketing with us. You know, as you become part of the BizSpark network and you use BizSpark Connect to connect with us, and you come out to various BizSpark events or out to these BizSpark lounges, you're going to start interacting with us, and then there's going to be some further benefits there. So as I said, it's for startups. There are a few rules around that. You need to be writing software. That has to be the primary goal of your startup, is to develop intellectual property. You have to be less than 5 years old, less than 10 employees. Unfortunately, you have to be making less than $1 million, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. And you need to be privately owned. So that's basically it. It's a very, very simple program, no contracts for you to sign, no credit cards required kind of deal. And what a lot of people don't really get when they get involved with this is to go, yeah, but what happens when it's done? So after the 3 years, you actually get to keep everything. It's perpetual licensing. So whatever you use for your development purposes, that's yours to keep.
This is an amazing, amazing program, and I want to emphasize the part that it's free. Yes. So you go to bizspark.com, you sign up, and you get all the benefits.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to be at Notman House. I'm really excited. I already started to talk to a lot of startup folks here, a lot of great projects. I really think that it's a great opportunity to us to talk to these amazing folks. So thanks for your time, Marc. If you have any question, if people have any question around startup, around what Microsoft is doing with startup, how can they reach you?
Yeah, the best way is actually to reach me on Twitter. So it's at Marc, M-A-R-C _ Gagne, G-A-G-N-E. If email is your preferred thing, I can do that, I suppose. It's simply marc.gagne@microsoft.com.
It's just because we don't get enough emails.
Yeah, I could always use more email.
Yeah. So if you have any question, I'm based in Montreal. I'm also a startup lover. I love startups. If you want to talk about any technology, you can reach me at fredh@microsoft.com. I'm also a big fan of Twitter, so you can reach me also on fharper. So again, thanks for your time, and we're gonna play a little Xbox game.
More Forza.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Great. Thanks, man.